Hi, Alice here. When I woke up this morning, there was a thick blanket of snow and ice covering our yard. And the reports are 4 to 6 inches. A day of watching nature. It's been a really exciting time because most people have never seen snow in this part of Florida. It's after the snow morning. And where am I? Is this Florida? Icicles hanging off of the roof and a blanket of snow covering the yard. And it's actually kind of crunchy. As I look over here, it's more like ice along the banister and ice on the plants. I'm hoping for a sunny morning to arrive and melt all of this snow off of the yard. It sounds like there big equipment in the background, people trying to get equipment started. The roads, we don't have snow plows and we don't have icing materials that are put down. So this is going to be an interesting morning. A quick peek at the side road that goes along our property, and it's covered in snow. And here are some icicles hanging off of one of my plants. These are my Walter's Viburnum, Mrs. Schiller's. These plants are covered in ice. Even my pots are filled, and my pentas were killed off earlier last week when we had quite a bit of frost and cold. And my curly leaf parsleys are iced in and snowed in. So have to see if they survive this cold snap. Looking out the side, and Mary Garden is covered. You can see plants sticking up, but the Mary Garden is covered in snow. The Pindo palm has ice weighing down the fronds, and the side yard is covered. The evergreens, they haven't turned brown yet, and the backyard is an expanse of snow. And this snow is crunchy. It's covered with a cap of ice on top. Just stepped out to check out the back, and the ice and snow on the roof is starting to melt, but the icicles are at the end, the downspout going into my rain barrel, and the rain barrels have a little bit of ice on top. Everything is blanketed in snow. When I lived in Chicago and also in Atlanta, certainly in Chicago this was a common sight, and in Atlanta, occasional sight. But this is Florida. And I had to ask this morning, where am I? Am I dreaming, or am I back in some of my old haunts? It looks like the sun should be coming up, but we've got a blanket of gray clouds. So we may have a morning that's overcast, which adds to the drama of the scene. The ice on this Walter's Viburnum Mrs. Schiller's is still covering part of the plant. This is the area that faces the house, and it obviously hasn't had the benefit of the afternoon sun. And my red spider lilies still have ice on them. They're pretty much in the shade. The side yard, part of it still looks like it has some depth of snow and a sprinkling of ice on top. The snow in the pots has receded a little bit. The curly leaf parsley is getting some water that is dripping off the roof. Underneath the palm tree, there's a patch of, I guess you call greenery. The snow has melted from, and the Mary garden, it's still blanketed, but it looks like the depth of the snow has retreated. I tried to check the Weather Channel to find out how much snow we received, and our Weather Channel here has been down since early morning. It was down when I got up, and it is still down. So the official recording of snow in this area, I don't know. I did ask neighbors, and they said we've received between 4 and 6 inches of snow, which is pretty remarkable for this area. Checking the backyard, and I can hear the water running from the downspout. No more icicles on it like there were this morning. No ice on top of the rain barrels. Still a pretty good blanket of snow back here, although it is receding, and I love seeing the grass kind of popping up. We have a patch of gravel driveway in the back that's cleared, and tufts of grass showing. This is where the majority of the sun hits the yard. Some of the grasses to the back in my grass garden, which were kind of lying down this morning upright, and the oak tree is looking good. The other trees, the wax myrtles in the back corner, are looking fine. The evergreen plants, we'll just have to see how it all turns out for them. But snow is receding, and hopefully, if it's not too cold tonight, we won't have a. I love just listening to the sound of the runoff because it tells me things are starting to unfreeze and warm up a little bit. Hope you enjoyed the video. Many of you have lived through a lot of snow, and I'd be interested to hear how your plants respond. If you're interested in more information, other videos, check these out. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Garden Yay! See you in the next video.